to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is July 21st, 2023, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, we're watching the tech stocks selling off. But first, no major economic events scheduled for today. And as we look at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the Turkish Lira still holding on to its losses and sitting on its lows versus the US dollar. And as we look at the indices going separate ways, the Dow Jones holding on to its gains, not selling off, while the NASDAQ actually selling off. Now looking at commodities, gold also selling off and tapering off, while oil actually trading higher. Now looking at the stocks specifically, Tesla and Amazon bringing it lower and selling off. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin dipping lower as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. Here we go with the Turkish Lira, and we are rounding up the week, and it's on its dead lows. 26.92-ish level, did hit 27, and so all intents and purposes, if we look at a weekly, it's at its dead lows, okay? And this is continuously making its lows, and if it went to 27, it could go to 30, okay? I'm not going to cover all of the Forex symbols today because they're pretty much just tapering off. However, jumping into commodities, gold did taper off down to 1970 after hitting it higher. Now looking at it daily, it almost hit that Fibonacci retracement upper level of 1994. If we look at a weekly, it has gotten significantly stronger as it's pushed higher ever since we hit 1900. That has been a comeback. Now looking at crude oil, it has actually traded higher to $76 a barrel over the last couple of days. Did use that $75 as a supportish level. And really, we're closing in on the resistance-ish level, so just be aware of that as well. Now, jumping into the U.S. markets, this is interesting. Dow Jones, 35,454. We're about, let's say, about 100 points off of our highs, okay, all-time highs. Not all-time highs, 2023 highs. Okay, so there was a little bit of a retracement, but not very strong. However, looking at the NASDAQ, that is a much stronger retracement. We hit 16,000, and this is what I said to you when we were trading at 15,500, okay, that we may actually hit 16,500, and sure enough, by the end of the week, we went to 16,000. Okay, so 16,000 where we hit resistance level, and we did sell off. Now we're trading at 15,627, a decent retracement, a very decent retracement. And if we look at the stocks, they also did. Okay, specifically Tesla breaking it lower on key levels, both the 8-day and the 30-day moving average. We broke both of them to 262 from 298. That's a $40 sell-off. Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. Just the amazingness is just the fact that it's so volatile, giving you so many opportunities. Now looking at Amazon also breaking that also 30-day moving average. That's really important. Now looking at the other tech stocks, okay, Apple's coming out with earnings, Microsoft's coming up with earnings, and Facebook is coming up with earnings. So there's a lot still coming out next week. So this may be a sell-off before the actual takeover. Now, Facebook did retrace a little bit here to 302 from 315-ish level, even hitting 318 at one point, okay, on its highs. But it's still relatively strong, okay? Yes, did it break its 8-day moving average with some oomph? Yes, and it hasn't gotten this close to the 30-day moving average since we were on our upwards momentum since June, at the beginning of June. So keep that in mind. Now looking at Microsoft also, we did retrace here. Even though Microsoft made new highs for the year, it did sell off, did trickle down. But remember this, okay? It's about future earnings. It's all future guidance that we're looking at as this comes out with its guidance next week. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin didn't do much here, okay, honestly, just dipping below 30, which is a little bit of a psychological threshold for us. So just keep that in mind. It's still on supportish level, even though it dipped lower, but it may come to dipping lower after breaking that 30K. Psychologically, that is a roundup number that we have kind of flirted with. And so if it does continue to break lower from 29,500, then I would see some sort of accumulation of some sort of movement on the downside as well. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day and a beautiful weekend. Thank you.